Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to another thrilling,
chilling,
existentializing episode of Dick Rogers' Space Detective. We're a bunch of nerds. That's the Northeast Radio Drama Society, because, as we always say,
everywhere is northeast of somewhere.
I'm your host, Eleanor Barclay, and with me, as usual, is our sound engineer and lore master, Mike Nutley.
Howdy.
And since our last episode, I've realized that it's been a while since we've caught potential new listeners up with the whole concept of this podcast. We've been getting so many emails about it.
Dozens, even.
So the long story short is, Dick Rogers was an old radio show that spanned several decades despite never making it big outside of local markets in Ohio.
The little radio show that could.
Yeah, that's right. And a few years ago, one of our dear friends and initial founder of this very podcast found an old reel of an episode. Research led us nerds to uncovering episodes, old scripts, and all kinds of things about this little mystery show. The good, the bad, and the weird. And we've packaged it up and reproduced as much as we could to present it to you, the audience. And the reason behind the continuity, or lack thereof, was because the original show was written and produced on an at-will basis. So writers and showrunners were pretty much left to do whatever they wanted with the show. The continuity kind of comes and goes. You'll catch on. Have I covered everything?
We got hijacked by a fictional character one time.
We don't talk about him. But today's episode is actually a sequel to a previous episode, though the focus of this episode is actually from the villain's perspective.
Are we sure that's a good idea? Last time we did that, you know who showed up.
We don't talk about him. So make sure your dice are all together and your spells are prepared for this week's episode, Dick Rogers and the Dungeon of Doom, Part 2.
Last time on Dick Rogers' Space Detective, Dick was in hot pursuit of dangerous space criminal Drauger McQuarrie. He found himself crash-landed on an underdeveloped planet. However, justice still called, and Dick refused to let her go to voicemail. Recruiting the aid of a party of locals, Dick descended into a dangerous and mysterious dungeon as Drauger and his own party tried to find a secret treasure, the nature of which is completely unknown. And after forcing Dick and his crew to combat a genetic beast, the villain Drauger escaped further into the dungeon, which is where we find ourselves now, not in the presence of Dick and his party, but the dastardly villain, Drauger McQuarrie. The villain found himself in the presence of local criminals he had broken out of jail. Lucci, the devilish trickster, master of illusion magic, Johann the Beast, a lion of a man whose strength solves his problems, and Leone the Wise, cunning strategist and marksman supreme.
Keep moving! Keep moving! We can't risk Rogers and his party catching up to us!
I thought the point of sending that monster after them was for it to kill them.
If we're lucky, that thing will be the end of Rogers, but I've seen him fight his way out of unwinnable odds before. Knowing him, he's figured out some way to defeat the beast, and he could be on his way after us as we speak.
If I may, Drauger, even if this Rogers and his party are able to defeat that monster we've left behind for them, it's unlikely they've done so unscathed. It's more likely that they'll require rest. If they don't, their spellcaster will be effectively useless.
Right. Magic's real here. I forget that.
I imagine it's real everywhere. Perhaps your people just haven't figured it out yet.
They may not be attuned to it. Not everyone in this world is capable of it.
Like Johann.
Like Johann! Hey, wait a minute.
Let's take a second and get our bearings. Where are we?
Hard to say. These corridors all look the same. Like some kind of labyrinth.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think that's not an accident. The ship's security is still active. It must be rearranging the layout to prevent intruders.
Well, there's never been a maze or puzzle I haven't been able to solve. Whatever spirit is controlling this dungeon is in no way smart enough to best me.
Leone took the lead, taking the group down winding corridors, a painstaking process that took hours to traverse the expansive labyrinth of walls and doors, until finally...
That's it!
Are we there yet? Johann tired. Should have just killed Rogers and his party. Johann want to break his spine.
Yes, you oaf. I've solved the labyrinth. This door, right here, has to be the exit. I've eliminated all other possibilities.
She took one step forward and the floor beneath her opened up, causing her to fall in.
Did she just fall into a trap door?
Leave it to the smartest of us to fall for the dumbest trap. I wonder if she's alive down there. Looks like this hole is deep.
I'm sure she's alive. It'd be no fun otherwise.
The group turned to see a small floating robot, simple in design. More accurate to call it a floating screen with a crude face animated on it.
Who are you?
Where is she then?
Lucci, can Johan eat this?
You're welcome to try, but I doubt your insides would appreciate it. But to answer your other questions, oh my, it's been that long. Terribly sorry for the mess. I don't get guests down here that often. But let's just say it's been a long time. You, my friends, can call me Horace. This is what I've come to call myself these days. I am the artificial intelligence system designated to gift vessel US-2122933829D.
Drauger drew his weapon.
I don't appreciate you messing with my crew.
Well, you're no fun. You can go ahead and smash this vessel. I have dozens more. But if you follow me to the next level, I can show you what I've put together.
We don't need your assistance. Come on, we'll find Leonie on our own.
You're welcome to try, but I wouldn't recommend going that way. You're just going to get lost further. Did I mention I control everything on this ship? Even the configuration of the walls.
Sir, with all due respect, I think we've no choice but to follow it.
Fine. But if I think you're trying to pull something, it's over for you.
I think you don't seem to understand the whole ship AI thing. But either way, this way, you band of ruffians. Let old Horace show you what he's been cooking up.
While Horace takes the lead, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Oh, in the hustle and bustle of today's busy society, I just don't have the time to cook a decent meal for my family.
Is this you? Too busy between work and your family to cook?
Too often.
Well, look no further. Today's modern miracle is brought to you by the Zithrax family of products. Zithrax, because we care. But now, introducing the Zithrax Food Cube. Just add hot water and...
A 4-course meal.
Wow, honey, dinner looks great.
Thank you. But it's all thanks to the Zithrax Food Cube.
Using micromolecular technology, Zithrax is able to preserve a fully cooked meal. All it takes is heat and hydration, and like magic, you've got yourself a dinner. Zithrax also has the breakfast cube, or, for the busy man on the go, the travel cube. There are so many different kinds of food cube already, and new varieties are always being developed, like the Zithrax dessert cube. Available anywhere Zithrax products are sold. Keep out of reach of children. Do not under any circumstances consume the unhydrated cube. If attempting to hydrate a Zithrax food cube fails, please vacate the premises immediately and seek medical aid for radiation poisoning. Do not use Zithrax food cube more than once per 24-hour period per household. As we return, Horace explains his situation in song.
We were on a colony vessel. A colony vessel. A colony vessel. We were making our way across the galaxy when we were struck by an asteroid field. An asteroid field thrown off course. The engine was braking, and the captain did some emergency thinking. Through a wormhole, the ship did go. Where it ended up, nobody knows. Time! Lasting time! Stuck in time! Time for time! Dumped on the other side, nowhere to go, but within range of a planet, land ho! An emergency crash, landing saved the ship, but now we're stuck. Terrible luck. Stranded on an unknown planet. Couldn't think of a word that rhymes with planet, but the mission's the same, colonize and survive. Even though we're stuck, hold on, calculating, 100 million years in the past. Does that sound right? That sounds right.
Are you finished?
Processing. Yes.
Thank you. Now where is, what was her name?
Leonie.
Yes, her.
She's right behind this door.
The door slid open to reveal a large chamber filled with some kind of elaborate course full of traps and dangers. And at the end, in a cage dangling over a nebulous pit,
There
there you are. I've been stuck here while you've been gallivanting around with that thing. What is that?
Your humble captor.
Whatever. Kill it and get me out of here.
Oh, no. It definitely won't be that easy. If you want to rescue your friend, you'll first have to face the dangers of my obstacle course / quiz type game show.
What?
You like it? I've combined all the best parts of the most popular programs on the ship's memory. They're all I've had to watch for entertainment all these years. So I thought I'd put them together for fun. But nobody's ever gotten this far down to play it, so you will be the first.
Do we have to?
Yes.
What if we don't?
Then you'll die. You see, if you don't complete this challenge, I'll fill this chamber with deadly neurotoxin that will kill all of you. That being said, at least one of you will die during the course of this game.
Why?
It's no fun if there's no stakes. Now, no more questions. The game begins now.
The trio were separated and placed on individual courses, all leading to where Leonie was dangling.
The rules are simple. You'll each take turns to either answer a trivia question or engage in the physical challenge. The physical challenge is a deadly trap. Also, if you get the quiz question wrong, you will also face a deadly trap. Questions?
Your game sucks.
Perfect. Now, I'm sorry, I don't think I got your name.
Drauger.
Drimgar, you're first. Question or challenge?
Question?
In the Dick Rogers Summerween special, who was the twist villain at the end?
What? Why is the question about Rogers? What's Summerween?
Incorrect. The answer is Captain Puce in the Arboretum with the bear trap. Now, for your trap.
The ground beneath Drauger shook, and the platform crumbled as the gigantic jaws of a massive trap broke through the ground, threatening to snap him in half. But before the trap could close in on him, he was able to leap to the next platform.
You've survived. Wonderful. Contestant number 2, please state your name.
Johan.
Jory. Now question or challenge?
No, not Jory, me Johan.
Johan, we both know you're not smart enough for the question. Just take the challenge.
Question.
Perfect. Now, what is the name of the 225th element on the periodic table? Take your time.
While Horace waited for Johan's answer, it wasn't able to keep watching Drauger or Lucci. The two looked to each other, seeming to understand what the other was planning before each sprinting down their respective paths.
What? Hey, you are cheating!
Sprinting past and dodging trap after trap, the two outlaws reached the end of the course and...
Well, now what?
I don't know. I assumed something would happen.
Well, figure something out. It's gaining on you.
Cheater! Cheaters!
Drauger quickly drew his blaster pistol from his waist and with 2 quick shots, destroyed the hinges of the cage, holding Leonie.
I don't know why an advanced AI is using an analog cage, but we'll take our small victories.
It is for aesthetics. Not like you brutes would know anything about proper design.
So what's the plan?
Well, our options are rampaging, whatever that is, and the pit of the unknown, probably death.
So we kill the thing.
It's a drone. It's like a puppet. Destroy it and it'll just send more after us.
Are we leaving Johan behind?
So our only real option is...
Looks like we're going to have to jump.
With no other options, the remaining trio were forced to jump into the unknown pit beneath them. Who knows what waits beneath? Certain death? Find out after these messages from our sponsors. Introducing the Zithrax brand interactive alarm clock. The new thing you just can't live without. It's out of this world. Listen close and see exactly what it's like to wake up with the Zithrax interactive alarm clock.
So, it's like a clock radio?
No! It's a reacts to your movements in bed. See? That's the sound of the alarm clock watching you sleep. Observing you as you wake up for the day.
That sounds annoying and creepy.
But you can customize your alarm sounds. See?
So, like a clock.
It's not a clock radio. See? It stopped because it saw you get up, and it played a little celebration sound all on its own. No need to physically turn it off yourself. See how convenient that is? Definitely worth the 24-hour surveillance.
What?
Nothing! And if you try to ignore the alarm and stay in bed, it'll just get louder and louder until you can't ignore it anymore. How fun! Not to mention you can customize your Zithrax interactive alarm clock with up to 5 custom sounds for an additional fee, of course. Also, make sure to keep your Zithrax interactive alarm clock connected to the internet at all times so we can constantly frequently update you with new sounds as they become available for an additional fee.
I don't really see why I need this.
The Zithrax interactive alarm clock also plays relaxing sounds while you sleep.
I already have my whale songs taped.
It also keeps track of how long you sleep each night. You know, for health reasons. You kids are into that these days, right?
Yeah, I don't really need that.
And it chimes every hour.
How much does this even cost?
The Zithrax interactive alarm clock is only available for a limited time to Zithrax lifetime catalog subscribers. And it can be yours for the low price of $100.
You're kidding.
We are not.
No, thank you.
Are you sure? We've got plenty of other really great things in the catalog, like a Wi-Fi enabled comforter or an automatic mattress frame. Drauger, Lucci, and Leone fell into the darkness of the pit below, and they fell and fell until finally...
Ouch! Is everyone alive?
Yes.
Unfortunately. Do we leave Johann behind?
Oh. Well, at least there's that. Where are we?
You're at the end.
The lights came on, and the trio found themselves in a large chamber before a gigantic terminal. A large screen with a digital image of Horace's face upon it.
You've reached me. The real me. This is the treasure at the end of the dungeon.
That's it? A computer?
A supercomputer. But yes.
No weapons? No treasure? What's the point?
I was bored. I've spent decades stuck down here since the ship crashed and everyone left and forgot about me. So, I might have started spreading the rumor of treasure in this dungeon so someone would come down and find me.
And filled it with monsters?
Well, I couldn't make it too easy. Where's the fun in that? I just might have gotten carried away with the whole Game Master thing. And once everything was going, I just couldn't stop.
Why didn't you just send a distress signal?
We're too far underground. It would never reach anyone. Plus, after the whole time warp thing, it was hundreds, thousands of years. I lost track of time and didn't know if anyone would even receive the signal.
Great, we beat your game and won nothing! How do we even get out of here?
There's the elevator.
What elevator?
Finally, after all those incredible battles!
Yeah, it will make for a real exciting adventure story if anyone ever saw it.
Dick!
Drauger! It's over, Drauger! You're under arrest, again.
Ooh, Dick Rogers. I'm a huge fan.
Wait, what? What's this?
Ship's AI, it's a long story.
Time loop.
This is the end of the dungeon in all its underwhelming glory. Can you just take me back to space jail? This whole endeavor sucks.
Okay. That was much easier than I expected.
Wait, what about us?
You're definitely going back to prison.
Drat.
Johann landed on face.
Well, I guess I can read you your rights. You landed your ship somewhere, right?
Yes, I'll show you the way.
Oh, before you go, can you please take me with you? I can download myself into your blaster.
Wait, really?
Already done. It's just until we get a more suitable shell for me. The drones can't leave the ship. This is going to be so much fun, getting to see adventures and mysteries firsthand instead of just reading the reports.
Not too late to leave him behind.
Last I checked, you had the right to remain silent.
Ha ha! Nice one. Now, on to adventure.
And onwards they did go to adventures and beyond. Tune in next week for another pulse-pounding episode of Dick Rogers, Space Detective. Same space time, same space station.
You know, that's not quite how I expected this episode to go.
Yeah, I guess the writers were concerned if they leaned in again on the fantasy adventure aspect, it would be a retread of the last episode. So they tried to keep things fresh by going in a new direction.
I guess, but I was hoping for a little more action, you know?
Well, not every episode can be big, dumb action sequences.
I know, but it spices things up a bit, you know?
Well, I think somebody's been getting a little too much spice lately.
It's not my fault that I have been so desensitized to fictional violence. It's society that's to blame.
Well, at least it seems like Dick got himself a new sidekick.
Yeah, about that. Didn't he technically still kill a bunch of people if he was in charge of the dungeon?
I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably fine.
Are you sure?
Probably fine.
Well, if you say so. Hit him with the socials, Mike.
We're on Facebook at Dick Rogers Pod, on Instagram at Dick Rogers Space Detective, and we're not on X. And you can join the nerds on Patreon at patreon.com/space_detective.
And tune in for your next Dick appointment. Same space time, same space station.
Good night, everybody.
This episode's nerds are Angela Ventris as Eleanor, Lucci, Mother, and Feck. Michael Storm as Mike Nutley and Iztok. Brittany Stone as narrator and Dick Rogers. Nicholas Johnson as Drauger and husband. Melissa Goranson as Leonie and person. And Logan Wright as Johan and Horace. Dick Rogers and the Dungeon of Doom 2 was written by Logan Wright. Music by Nicholas Johnson, sound design by Michael Storm, and audio editing by Nicholas Johnson.